Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. I decided to purchase this French lace. This was interesting, and it feels almost silky, and you can, let me zoom in. You can, whoops, I don't know what I just did. Let me see. There we go. You can actually tell this is almost a silky fabric. I don't know if polyester was around then. I wouldn't be surprised if this was silk, given the age of it. But how pretty is that? Everything that I had was, actually, it was tied in with this. She used these pieces to tie up and make them so they were in bunches, which this is another lace. And I'm probably going to go through and try to, I don't want to ruin them. I'm going to try to iron them. So we have a bunch here that just is a little pieces of lace. Now this one is interesting. This must have come off a dress. Actually, it looked like a cuff. I'm not sure if I should be washing these, hand washing these or what. I'm going to do some more research on that, but how pretty is that? In some of these, I have a special box that I keep all my favorites in. This one was interesting. Look at this. I've never seen anything like this. Really, really tiny, 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 tiny. And some of these, like I said, are just pieces. And I would be more than happy to create little packs that were affordable. And these are like kind of what I do. I send in the larger kits a main focal point and on the laces, and then put in other things. Let's see, some of those focal point laces that I would put in the packs as the main one. So what I've also decided is I am only going to be creating packs of 10. And sometimes if I don't have a lot of lace, I'll create even smaller packs, and they'll be exclusive packs. So once, they sell, they'll be gone, because you can't always get the same laces. These laces are gorgeous. Now look at this. I love this. More little scrappy pieces. So this is how it came. It was kind of cool. And I was trying, some of them I unrolled. I didn't unroll all of them, and I found other laces inside. So look at this. Let me try to zoom in again. Look at the detail on this. And again, once I unroll this, and I probably will put them on some lace holders, I'll get a better idea if there's any other types inside. Here's another one of my favorites. This one is so soft. I believe this probably is what you call lingerie lace. And see, I have so much of it, there's no way I could use it all. So I am going to share it with everybody. Here's another strange one. I don't know what this was used as, but it is kind of cool. And again, more just little pieces. And this is what she used to tie some of the lace bunches. They came in bunches. It was really cool. I got to iron this out. I haven't really touched these just to look at them. And these are gorgeous. Look at these. Look at this one. This one is super silky soft. And some of these I don't have a lot of. So if I don't have a lot of one, you'll get a little piece. And then the big ones that I have a lot of, you'll get a much larger piece. This is all hand done. Look at these details. This must be some type of netting, which is kind of cool. And again, I'm thinking, and I need to know if you guys want this, I'm thinking of doing a more cost-effective one with smaller pieces. And also, I'm going to be working on here's another strange one. Sometimes, like I said, there's stuff inside. I'm going to be working on a shabby chic that won't be as expensive because it's newer stuff. A shabby chic kit. I'm also working on a few other things that I'm thinking of for these kits. So stay tuned and I'll fill you guys in once I figure out exactly what I'm going to do. Whoops. That one's twisted. And look at the amounts I have. But I still will never do more than 10. I just want to keep it at 10. Makes it easier for me. Oh, and this go around, it's going to be a lot easier for me to do them. I didn't pre-make them. I just made one of them because I didn't want to make 10 of them and cut all this gorgeous lace and not have them sell. I sold out of my 10. So the next one, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to actually cut it and make my packs of 10. So everybody, I can ship them out immediately when people pay. Look at this. All right, here's another favorite. Look at this. Look how much I have in here. This one, too, I didn't undo, but it all looks like it's the same. Look at this. How gorgeous is that? Oh, the details on this. I have so... And again, this actually looks like it might have 2 different laces in it. I think it does. Oh, look. See, this is what was happening. I would be unwrapping them, and I'd find other laces in here. And I think that's exactly what's happening because this one looks like the same, but a little smaller as well. So I'm going to have to sit. I have these things that I can roll them on. So that might be a good thing in front of the TV to do. Look at this. Look how much I have of this. Absolutely gorgeous. And anybody that got my pack, if you could post below what you thought of it. Everybody should be close to getting theirs. I just sold the last one today, actually. And I sent out, one's going out in the mail today. What I do is I ship them according to when people pay me. So if you paid first, if you were the first ones, you get yours go up. Yours jumps out first. This time anyways. Next time I could make them all and just kind of ship them at the same time. This is interesting. See? This is what happens. I find little pieces, and these are 2 different laces. Look at this. See? Whoops. Let me move this up. It looks like a piece of a petticoat. So this looks like somebody that was older and loved lace as much as we do. Another, I think this might be a duplicate of one that I had. And you can tell somebody made these. This one was interesting. I don't know what she was doing with this. Let me zoom out. Look at this. I have no idea. There's a little thing on the top. See? It almost looks like a hat or some sort or something, or maybe a dress for a doll. Look at this. Let me zoom out again. Here we go. I cleaned up my whole space, so I'm excited. Look at this. How beautiful is this? And it's so delicate. It really is. Here's another. I'm running out of space here. Another. This is a gorgeous one. Look at that. This looks like a trim of some sort. And I guess they were never taken out of this box. They were handed to the lady I bought them from. Let me zoom back in again. There we go. I think you guys can see the detail better when I zoom in. Okay, look at this. Look how much of this I have. How gorgeous is that? Look at this. Look at the detail. Oh, I know I'm probably driving you guys crazy with this, but I am just so excited about this. Here's another. Oh, this looks like, oh, it's two different ones. Here we go. Oh, I love this. They're just gorgeous. Okay, here's, look at, these are the big ones. These are the same. But, open this. And you can tell they're old. But, oh, look at the detail. Actually, this might have been off of a shirt or something. It looks almost like a sleeve of some sort. So I have two of those. Then I have, this reminded me of almost a, not a curtain, but you know what I mean. A lace, yeah, a lace curtain. But it didn't have the hooks on the top to be a curtain. You should see my pile over here. This is actually gorgeous. Look, and I have quite a bit of this. Let me move out. Look at this. Move my little flower. I have enough to give the 10 a decent sized piece of this. So my plan is to offer, possibly, if I can get enough laces, probably 1 to 2, or probably 2 different kits a month. And one will be a more probably vintage one, like I'm going to be doing the shabby chic one. That will be a more vintage one for everybody. And then I'll probably do, if I find the antique lace, some antique ones. This one's pretty too, but some of them, see, I only have little pieces of. So these are going to be probably quite a bit different, depending upon, like, if I have enough lace to do everybody, to get everybody to have the same, then I will. But I do improvise and add other ones. In that lace box, the lady had asked me, do you want some of the ribbon that was in the box? And I said, absolutely. So this ribbon is definitely old. And I'm just, it's like so soft. So these will be added as well to the kits. This one's really cool. I'm not really a black person color-wise for laces, but I know a lot of you are. This one's really cool. Look at this. But I have a lot of this. This might even be a piece of fabric. I don't know, but it feels almost like silk or satin. So I've got quite a bit. Look at this gorgeous burgundy color. I don't have a lot of that. And then this, oh, it's so soft. I have quite a bit of this chocolate color. And this pretty too, the blue. So that came also in that box. Found this. Oh, look how gorgeous this is. I think I have, I want to say 8 yards maybe of this. This is so soft. This is definitely vintage slash antique. And when I say vintage slash antique, basically it means, you know, it's bordering antique. So I got this huge box. Not huge, not like the other one. I can't compare it to the other one. The other one is just outstanding. And there are some laces in here as well. Let me zoom back in again. That will figure out. And this might be enough for 2 different kits over the time frame when I do make the kits. And this one came with a bunch of these little, which I love. I love using these in my slow stitch pieces. And if anybody's interested in me making more antique slow stitch, I could even do that with the little bits and bobs that I have. The pieces, I actually enjoy making those. So I could make some of those and some kits. And actually those will be more cost effective than my big kits. So maybe I'll do that. This is kind of cool. It has 2 of those hook and eyes on there. So I'm wondering if that came off of something. This looks like it's a collar. I don't know, another real fine dainty thing. This one isn't, I mean, there are some treasures in here, but not like the other one. I don't know if I can ever get another gorgeous one as pretty as that. I keep saying that, and then I do, so that's hand done. The same thing as the other. Then it looks like more petticoat trims. Pieces of fabric. This one's pretty. Look at that. And this, I don't know what this came off of, but it's still, oh, maybe it's from a outfit. But it still looks really cool when you do a slow stitch project. And then we have a larger piece. See, some of them are bigger. I'm just going to fly through these guys. This one looks like it's rounded, gathered. I mean, some of them come rounded. And some very old eyelet. And then this is old fabric. Actually, it almost feels like, I don't know. I'm going to look into that, but I love these pieces. And then we got this. So I have quite the load here that I want to share with everybody. You know, it's funny, but I smell them because I love the smell. It reminds me, don't laugh. Here's some more. I don't know what that is. It reminds me kind of my grandmother's drawer when I used to go visit her. And here's some, look at this beautiful, beautiful blue. It's like a French blue ribbon. And then another piece of eyelet. See, for something like this, I would cut squares. Everybody would get a piece. Like this. Oh, this is, looks like also a collar. Maybe from a little girl's dress. Oh, how pretty. So the rest of these are like pieces. And just see, pieces. Oh, this one's really pretty. Look at this. So I might have to do a black and red theme for some of the black and red that I have. Another piece of eyelet. I'm just going to kind of put these down. Some more eyelet. Look at all these. Look at this. Look how pretty that is. So please tell me in the comments if you'd be interested in an antique needle keep, slow stitch kit as well. I'm working on my other slow stitch, the antique one, but like I said, guys, it's going to take a little bit. I'm crazy busy in the summer. This one's interesting. That came off of something. So the rest are all like little pieces. But these little pieces still are gorgeous. That I would add to it, maybe a smaller one. So I'm just going to kind of... And then there's a bunch of ribbons in here. I've got one more to show you. And I'll be right back. And lastly, they're not extremely old, but eyelet is phenomenal to slow stitch with. Some of them, I believe, definitely are old, and some aren't as old. Like this one looks older, on the older side. That looks like it came off the bottom of a petticoat. And I'd say some of these probably are about 25, 30 years old. But look at this one. This one definitely is older. You can tell by the details on them. But I love adding these to my slow stitch project. So these will go into a slow stitch. And if you guys aren't interested, I will use them in my slow stitch. So pretty. These make actually good pockets too in journals. I love this. So this is not, I mean, it's nothing compared to what I showed you before. Anyways, I wanted to thank you guys for stopping by, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.